Hey everyone, today we're going to dive back into the development journey of Aletheia. Aletheia is a cognitive framework that incorporates the implementation of various different aspects and areas of artificial intelligence. This includes both the more modern and advanced technologies such as large language models, commonly known as LLMs, and transformer architectures, right? These machine learning artificial intelligence systems, also known as AIs, are based on mathematical vectors. These are used, in vector databases and represented as embeddings. Additionally, they include the implementation of traditional artificial intelligence algorithms, such as search methods like breadth first search and depth first search. A-star planning algorithms. These are types of algorithms used for finding paths or solutions. Neural network learning algorithms in general are also important. Also, when it comes to processing and inference with mathematical logic, well, also the statistical part, right? The statistical algorithms. That way, with Aletheia, we have a truly complete framework, and it's not just the implementation of AI methods, right? It also allows for the implementation of environments. So, the definition of environments and the definition of agents as well. What is an environment? An environment is a space, a context where we're going to apply artificial intelligence, which could be the definition of a problem or a model of a physical world. Or it could be the internet for an intelligent search algorithm, for example, or an interaction algorithm, or it could be a dialogue window for a chat. An environment is the context in which if it's multi-agent, the agent or the agents interact, right? So that way we model the context, which is the environment, and can model the agent. You can model, for example, an environment of a problem and several different agent implementations for you to compare, for you to see and do a study, a laboratory. Aletheia is used in practice, right? To develop an agent that will solve your problem, that will work on the problem you're trying to address. But it can also be a laboratory and study environment where you're going to study what the best agent model is to solve a particular problem. So the ideal flow is you start by modeling the environment, right? A smaller environment like a sandbox, and you develop the agent, right? You model the agent, model more than one to test it, and test it in the sandbox. Once everything is okay, you go ahead and adapt your agent, making sure it fits the situation so it can interact with the real world. So if your agent was making connections here in the sandbox, it will make a connection, for example, TCP or REST to the outside, right? And then it's no longer in the sandbox, then you can release the agent to interact for real with the physical problem, right? So how does it work, right? Well, Aletheia is a software application that has a process. Actually, it's an implementation of a processing system. It's a service that runs and simulates different environments, right? And it runs the agents you put in there, okay? So this software actually runs, as a daemon or as a service. And it's also actually in the cloud, right? We have an instance of it in the cloud. And associated with that, there's Aletheia Studio. Aletheia Studio is actually the graphical interface for Aletheia, which means it's the visual way to interact with the platform. It comes in two versions. There's a desktop version where you can open it as a program on your computer, and there's also a web version, which is called the Aletheia portal. The web portal lets you access Aletheia directly through your browser, so you don't need to install anything. I'll give you the links to both versions here so you can check them out whenever you like. And you can go on creating environments there and also continue creating your agents. Um, you can create your environment or your agent as a Java package, right? So after you have your project or files ready, you can upload them or import them into the desktop program, whichever works best for you. The desktop program is there to help you organize and manage your projects and resources, making things easier and more efficient. Also, you have the option to develop using AIDL, which is Aletheia's own language for creating agents and environments. This means you can write code in AIDL to customize how your agents behave or how your environments function. It's more of a scripting language, right? Yeah, more of a language more in the scripting style where you won't have the need to compile to. Yeah, for with some compiler, for example, in the case of Java, if you make your agent in Java, you have to follow a series of rules there. You'll have to use Java version such and such, which will have to be compatible with the version of the Aletheia server. Whereas if you do it in Adel, no, you have the description there, put the package together and upload it, and Aletheia will be able to interpret that description and bring up the agent for you or the environment, okay? So everything that is AI modeling is supported by AIDL, which is the Artificial Intelligence Description Language, a language specific to Aletheia for modeling both environments and agents. Within Aletheia, this is important to know. Within Aletheia, you already have ready-made implementations of various algorithms that I've already exemplified here, right? Search algorithms, planning, formal language processing, and natural language processing, LLM. So you can use these implementations, okay? Or you can implement your own within your Java or ADL package and send it to Aletheia to execute. But it already has optimized implementations of all these algorithms. And what is the purpose of this, right? If there are already so many AI tools out there because it's complete, it serves both for you to apply in the market, to apply commercially, as well as serving as a study, right? So, and not just that study of how to use it, but you'll understand how it works. It has everything there. So, Aletheia is ideal both for the commercial model, right? To deliver agents that solve problems, that solve things, that solve tasks, routines, as well as a great system for you to use for the study of artificial intelligence in all aspects, not just the LLMs and embeddings, transformers that are so popular today, but it's good that the a student who is getting in touch with artificial intelligence, they have a good foundation. So you can also use it to study this whole range of artificial intelligence topics. So I'll send you the link containing all the project information and let's embark on this journey together. Take care.